Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another meta video where today we're going to be checking out what I believe to be the top 10 best wingers in the game. So if you do want to see any more videos on the channel, as always, make sure you comment below and let us know and we'll get around to making them during team of the season. Also hit that subscribe button as well if you find the content useful. Now today we've got my top 10 wingers that I think there are in the game, and also towards the end of the video we've got some honourable mentions, some cheaper alternatives to some of these people in the top 10. But starting at number 10, we have got this 87 UCL live Ousmane Dembélé. Now this guy was super popular at the start of the game. For me, he's still really good, still play with him every now and again in draft, and I think that's for me the good thing about playing in draft is that I get to experience a lot of these players, a good variation of players, and Dembélé is somebody who is a very good player. Obviously 5-star, which is kind of so important this year, especially the 5-star weak foot. Great acceleration, sprint speed, dribbling and agility. His pace at 95, he feels rapid, and again because of that high agility and balance, his dribbling feels really smooth, and because of the agility and balance being so high, that's what makes him feel really fast. He's got very good finishing. Even though his shooting's only 85, his finishing is very good. Obviously top tier dribbling. Perfect work rates for a winger. 5-star, which is another pro and another advantage. Disadvantage-wise, 56 strength and 75 stamina. The strength of 56 is really poor. Obviously, it means he's going to get out of strength all the time. The stamina, at this stage in FIFA, 75 stamina is probably not quite good enough, especially for an attacker. 75 is not good. You're wanting at this stage of FIFA high 80s, 90s. 75 is just not quite good enough, which is probably why you don't see Dembélé too much in people's teams. Dead-eye chemistry style would be perfect for his shooting and his passing. I think it puts pretty much all his main shooting stats high 90s, and this Dembélé card is extremely good. At the number 9 slot, I've gone for this Leroy Sané. Now, I played this literally just yesterday as well, and it kind of just reminded me how good this Leroy Sané is. Now, it's not somebody... I haven't got this Leroy Sané, so I'm putting this in the list based off of experience and based off of kind of what I've been told. And this Leroy Sané is really good. And the thing that's so good about this Sané is he's got obviously 99 pace. His pace is incredible, but he's really quite strong as well. Even though his strength, I believe his strength is only 79 or something like that. So he's not got crazy strength, but given that his height as well and his build, he feels really strong. He's very difficult to shrug off the ball. So that's quite an important stat as well, because his agility and balance is pretty good as well. So to have that kind of physicality and that ability to be strong on the ball, but have 99 pace and really feel like he's got 99 pace as well, is a rare kind of blend. And I think that's the thing that makes his Sané card so good. His finishing is obviously incredibly good. His dribbling is pretty solid as well. Again, very good work rates. Biggest negative with this Sané is that 3-star weak foot. For me personally, with a winger especially, I think you do need a minimum of 4-star. That's kind of why I've personally not done this Sané. All his stats are incredibly good. It's just that 3-star weak foot doesn't really appeal to me. I think in a winger, an attacking player, I think you need 4-star to be a real success in this game. So that's the biggest reason. But other than that, this Sané card is phenomenally good. I've played it quite a lot. A lot of people play it at striker as well, and he's very lethal up front with his pace and finishing combination. But this Sané card is very good. Number 8, we've got another flashback card. This time we have got Eden Hazard, the 95 left wing card. Now this is an incredibly good card. Again, it's not a card that I've actually, I don't actually own this card, but it's a card that I've experienced and played a lot in champs and in people's teams, and it is very good. Different strengths to Sané. Obviously, not that kind of physical presence as Sané. Obviously, the disadvantage we've got listed at 67 strength isn't great, but his pace is fantastic. His shooting is incredible. He does have fantastic passing, but the biggest pro with this Hazard card is the dribbling. His dribbling is so clean. It's maybe not quite on the level of a Ronaldinho or a Garrincha or a Neymar, for example, but it is still top tier. He's very tricky, very difficult to tackle, and those real kind of slick wingers are really, at the end this year, as everybody knows in FIFA, especially for a wing position. But this Hazard card is really good, and something I would like to do during team of the season if I can, getting some high rated cards. I'd like to complete this Hazard because I think it is a beast. At number 7, maybe a little bit surprisingly, I've gone for Team of the Year Sadio Mané, and there's a clear reason for that. Now, first and foremost, this Sadio Mané, his card is insane. 99 pace, 97 dribbling, 95 shooting, 92 passing with 88 physical. His stats are incredible. 4-star, 4-star as well, which is really good for a winger. Ideally, you want 5-star, 5-star, but I think 4-star, 4-star is more than adequate as well. The biggest thing with this Mane card, why it's at number 7, I've had the privilege of playing with this, obviously, a fair few times in draft, since it's come out. And the biggest thing that I'll say about this Mane card, he doesn't play up to maybe the heights that his stats suggest. He is still a fantastic player, but I think given his stats, you expect, when you use Team of the Year Messi, you go, wow. When you use like that Prime Eusebio or Prime R9, you go, wow. You expect this Team of the Year Mane to be on that same level, and I think he's just kind of on the shelf below. He doesn't maybe play up to the hype of his stats. Whenever I've used Mane in draft, he's played very, very well, but he's not been the star of the show. Sometimes he goes a little bit unnoticed, and you kind of he's just okay, but he's still exceptionally good. But I think because of his statistics, of his stats, you maybe expect a bit more than you get out of him. That's maybe the only reason he's a little bit low on the list. But other than that, he is a fantastic card. Obviously, very, very expensive. So if you can get him, I definitely recommend you obviously get him and try him out. But for me, I just feel like he underperforms on his stats. That's all I would say. But still a sensational card. At number 6, we've got somebody who definitely doesn't disappoint, and it is this Alain Saint-Maximin, this Foot Birthday Saint-Maximin, which is an incredible card. 5-star, 5-star, 5'8", incredible agility, dribbling, very good shot power, which is really, really key. The best players I always find are the ones that have got high shot power, because if their positioning and finishing is low, you give them a dead eye. The fact that their shooting is already really high, they get plus 15 on positioning and on finishing, so they're going to have like 99 in those stats, which this Saint-Maximin does, which is why his finishing feels fantastic. Obviously, incredibly fast. His dribbling is phenomenal. Passing is okay. Perfect work rates. Easy to link up. This Saint-Maximin card is so, so good. I've played with it 3 or 4 times in draft, and every time I've used it, it's been absolutely flawless. Only little negative could possibly be the 76 strength, which I don't think is terrible for a winger personally. I think that's actually okay. But this Saint-Maximin card is so, so fun to use. He's really good fun, and I love using him when I get the opportunity. At number 5, I've gone for this right-wing shapeshifters Ben Yedder. Now, for me personally, get it out there, Ben Yedder is one of the most OP cards in the game this year. I personally think his Player of the Month 88 striker card is better. I think Ben Yedder, for me, he's a better striker. When he eventually does get a Team of the Season card, it's going to be a striker card. I think I would prefer to use Ben Yedder as a striker than a winger, which is maybe why he's number 5 in this list. But he's still a phenomenal card. His agility, his jumping is great, positioning, finishing, his shooting is incredible. Obviously, he's a real cheesy card. He's one of those cards that is just so annoying to play against because his finishing so good. His weak foot, he just seems to get all the lucky bounces. A clinical finisher, obviously very easy to link up with, Mbappe and Neymar and players like that. Again, the only disadvantage may be the 74 strength. That's not terrible. I think you'll notice it a bit more on someone like Ben Yedder because he's only 5'7", so maybe you'll notice that lack of strength a bit more. A Hawk chemistry style just gives him god tier pace and shooting. Also does boost up that strength a little bit. But Ben Yedder, quality card, but I personally believe he's a better striker than a winger. At number 4, we have gone for this Prime Moments Mané Garrincha. Now, I actually owned the 90 Garrincha way back at the start of the game, talking sort of November time. And the biggest negative I had on Garrincha when I was using him back then, obviously I was only using the 90 version, the baby, his finishing wasn't fantastic. It was still good, but he did miss a good amount of chances. This Garrincha, I can't really say that about. I still find his finishing is so much better. Obviously that's going to make more sense because he's obviously a high rated card, but obviously the fact as well, he links to everybody. Fantastic dribbling, ball control, his crossing is great, reactions are fantastic, which is really key for a winger. Really fast. This Garrincha feels rapid, and again, because of that high agility and balance, he's going to feel really, really quick. Dribbling is really keen. For me, I would probably say, other than maybe Ronaldinho, he's probably my favourite player to skill with because I feel like his skills are so clean. For me, no one can match Ronaldinho in terms of how clean their skills feel. But this Garrincha card would probably be the number 2. His skill moves, I'm someone that skills a lot. I love to use skill moves. And Garrincha just makes it so fun for me to play that way because obviously the fact that he's 5-star skills as well means I can do any skill with him. But he feels really, really clean. Great passing as well, 96 passing, which is something you don't really get with a lot of wingers. You don't get that high stat in passing, so could also play really well as a cam. I actually think he would be a fantastic cam as well. But this Garrincha card is phenomenal. Number 3, we have got the man we've been talking about this whole video. It is Ronaldinho. Now, again, this Ronaldinho card, I've had the pleasure of using the prime moments, obviously in draft the 95, and I think that's a better card. I think he's better suited to playing as a cam ahead of a winger. But in terms of skill moves, dribbling, there is no equal to me. Obviously, Neymar is my favourite player in terms of world football. You know, real football, I love Neymar. He's my favourite player, and he's fantastic to skill with as well. But I just think there's nothing like this. There's just something about this Ronaldinho. His skill moves just feel so effortless, and they feel so slick. And even in bad gameplay, this Ronaldinho still feels fantastic. And I think that's really, really key, because it means you can have fun all the time. And that's what I always try and do when I play. I always try and pick and make sure I have players that I know I'll always be able to have fun with. That's why I love to skill, because I just think it's so fun. And this Ronaldinho, with his dribbling, with his skill, obviously great pace, his finishing is really underrated as well. His passing is fantastic. Maybe the only negative, 83 stamina on a 94 Ronaldinho is maybe not great. Again, not end game, which is what that stands for, NEG, not end game. The stamina is maybe not quite end game, not in the sort of mid-90s, but a Hawk chemistry style will boost his physicality as well a little bit, as his pace and shooting. This Ronaldinho is fantastic, maybe better suited to his cam card. At number 2, we have got this player of the month, Neymar. Now, interestingly, I just bigged up Ronaldinho for being my favourite skiller. I just think maybe this Neymar card is, one, he's a better winger than Ronaldinho. I think Ronaldinho is a better cam. Now, I played Neymar a lot this year at cam. I just think maybe Ronaldinho is a better cam. I think Neymar is probably a better winger. But ultimately, they're both fantastic cards. You know, you could easily swap these two around in either direction. 5-star, 5-star. Maybe that slight advantage. Obviously, got the 5-star weak foot. But other than that, this Neymar card's fantastic. You know, his finishing is so good. Obviously, the 5-star weak foot means his finishing is incredible on both sides. Incredible dribbling. You know, his dribbling as well feels so clean. His skill moves feels really quick. Negative on this Neymar, obviously, very slight. Obviously, he's not a big build player, so he can be easily shoved off the ball. But a dead-eye chemistry style to boost that shooting and passing makes his pretty much his shooting, finishing, long shots all 99. His passing then in all the key stats, you know, vision, short passing all becomes 99. So this Neymar card is absolutely phenomenal and one of the most popular cards this year in FIFA. But there can only be one number one when it comes to the best wing, and it has to be this team of the year, Messi. Obviously 4-star, 4-star. 99s for days. You know, we've highlighted composure, finishing, ball control and dribbling. There's so many more stats he's got that are 99s and 98s. Pace is incredible. His passing is absolutely perfect. His dribbling, not skill moves, his dribbling. We were talking about skill moves before with Ronaldinho and Neymar. His dribbling is like no one else. He's impossible to tackle. He's just so evasive, so elusive. And then when he gets on that left foot and he you know, that finesse shot, you can't stop it. Every time it's pinpoint accurate. Pretty much every time I cut inside on that left foot with Messi and take a shot, it goes in the back of the net. He very, very rarely misses. And if he does miss, it is like maybe hitting the post, or it's very, very slight. But perfect card, absolutely no disadvantages from me. Maybe people could point to the strength, but again, I think his strength is sort of in the low 80s, which for a winger I think is fine. You know, you're not going to get a super nimble, agile winger with sort of 90 physicality. It just doesn't exist. So a Hawk chemistry style to give him 99 pace, 99 shooting and boost that physicality as well. This Messi card is absolutely perfect. And then going into some honourable mentions, we have got this 86 Dan James. Obviously amazing super sub that most people do use. So obviously if you were lucky enough to obtain this through objectives, you got a fantastic wing. I know I love using this James as a super sub. Obviously got rapid pace. Pretty good finisher as well. Maybe his finishing is maybe a little bit underrated, but a really good card. Number 2, we have got possibly the best super sub in the game this year. It's this Ryan Kent. Absolutely ridiculous how good this Ryan Kent is. Anybody that missed out, absolutely missed out big time. This has got to be, like I said, the best super sub that there is in the game. It's so good, you know, that it's so quick as well. Finishing is fantastic. Seems to get so many bounce backs as well. As Ryan Kent is fantastic. We then got Orsic, which is again another objective card. So again, if you were somebody who did this Orsic card a couple of months ago when the headliner promo was going on, absolutely ridiculous stats for his rating. And then we got Adama Traore, another headliners card. Again, Traore, fantastic pace. Really good shooting, pretty clean dribbling as well. Obviously that pace is the biggest highlight on that trial rate, and I've obviously lucky enough to have that trial rate as well. I'm lucky enough to have all these guys as super subs, but they're all fantastic and just great options to have coming off the bench. But that is it for the most meta wingers. So many good options, so many great choices. Easily could have been a few more players that didn't make this list, or the mentions that could have been on as well. So let me know about them in the comment section. Also, let me know any other videos you would like to see throughout Team of the Season. If you do enjoy, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you hit that like button as well. But that is all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.